Hey, congratulations on completing the Ninja Challenge 101. I have to admit that it was a bit tricky. If you haven't found the solution yet, it's also amazing as you still have tried to figure it out. The widget which was needed is called images.network, within which you were supposed to paste the image link. Now let's create the app from scratch. I am just gonna build a simple app that will display a picture of a coffee taken from the internet. So let's start by clicking on the new Flutter project. Select the Flutter option and then go ahead and click on Next. We need to name our application and it can be anything you would like to create. I am just going to show a coffee image, therefore I am simply gonna write my coffee app. In the organization part, give your domain name. As you can see, the web is not selected, so let's click here and everything is fine. We can now hit finish and wait for the application to load. It's gonna take a second. Okay, so let's open the emulator and launch it like this. Once it's done, go to the main.dart file. If you take a closer look, you can see that it's possible to minimize certain pieces of code in curly braces. And of course, you can minimize all of the brackets by pressing the shortcut Ctrl-Shift-, or expand them by pressing Ctrl-Shift+, so that everything will become clear to you. Now I am gonna delete all of these lines. I also need to delete this, and let's type material app. Remember about adding the comma since it's necessary. Put a comment in order to ignore the const. We're going to have the scaffold widget and then the app bar widget. Now we need to put the text widget in the title property. I'll type here my coffee app. Make sure the name is put in quotation marks and the text widget accepts a string. If you don't know what string is, don't forget to check the previous video in which we talked about the variables. This center title is gonna be true as I obviously want it in the center. Okay, let's go ahead and type body and then images dot. Here you can see we have the options. We want to use the online link, so in order to do that, we have to select network. As you can see, the source accepts a string. And we can already put the quote here. Good. Let's search our browser for our favorite picture online, which we're gonna place in our app. I'm gonna look for a coffee image and I think this one is quite pretty. Let's select it then and right click on it to choose the copy image address option. Now paste it within the quotes. We can also reformat the code and finally hit run. Of course, it's gonna take a little while to load. And here it is. I don't think it looks very good at this moment. Let's make it a bit more beautiful. First, we can move the image to the center. Another problem is that the blue color of the app bar does not match the rest of the body. Well, so how about we change the background color to white? Let's run it and see what it looks like. I bet you already noticed that here the text looks as if it vanished because the background color and the font color are the same. Of course, we want the text to be visible, so we're gonna change its color right now. In the text widget, there is a property called style that accepts text style. We can see that inside it, there are a lot of properties we can choose from. Let's select color and change it to black maybe. And let's run it. Oh, looks kinda cool. I'll keep it this way. Now at this point, you can see over here that there is a shadow I don't like. We can get rid of it pretty easily. The property in the app bar that shows the shadow is called elevation and it has some default value. So let's change the value to 0. As you may have noticed, it accepts a double value, so make sure you put it this way. Don't forget about the dot. Let's run it. We need to wait a second. And now it looks a bit better. I think the text isn't big enough, and that may be an issue. To change the font size, let's use a property called style, which accepts a character text style. We can put it to 30 maybe. Let's run it. I really like it right now. We can also try to comment out the entire app bar and see how it looks. I feel that it looks even better right now, but you can choose if you want to see the app bar or not according to your preference. I really find this trial and error approach amazing as we get to explore a lot. Congratulations, you have finished another module. I'm really proud of you. See you in the next one.